Hello, chosen ones and mystics. Gather close, because today we are unraveling the extraordinary roots of Christmas and Yule, a story filled with shamanic secrets, ancient wisdom, and symbols that have traveled through time to become the traditions we celebrate today. By the end of this journey, you'll understand the deeper connections between Christmas trees, reindeer, Santa's red suit, and the magical Amanita muscaria mushroom. Are you ready? Let's uncover the truth. Imagine standing on the longest, darkest night of the year. The world is cold, and the sun barely rises. For our ancestors, this time of darkness, the Winter Solstice, was a gateway to hope and renewal. Across the globe, ancient cultures celebrated this pivotal moment with festivals of light, feasting, and honoring life's eternal cycles. In Norse traditions, the solstice was marked by Yule, a celebration of fire, feasting, and reconnecting with the sacred. Bonfires were lit to symbolize the sun's return, and evergreens were brought indoors to remind people of life's resilience. Families gathered, told stories, and gave thanks for the light that would soon grow stronger. In Rome, Saturnalia brought joy through gift-giving, role reversals, and lavish feasts. Masters and servants traded places, and the spirit of abundance filled the streets. Even in China, Dongji, the Winter Solstice festival, celebrated the balance of yin and yang, the return of light to overcome darkness. These celebrations weren't just about surviving winter. They were acts of defiance against the darkness, affirming life and resilience. For those of you on your spiritual journey, think about how this mirrors your own path. Even in your darkest nights, there is always a spark of light within, waiting to be nurtured, waiting to grow. The connection between these ancient festivals and our modern traditions runs deeper than you might expect. Today's holiday lights, the gathering of loved ones, and even the act of exchanging gifts echo practices that are thousands of years old. We are walking in the footsteps of our ancestors, carrying forward rituals of gratitude and celebration that honor the cycles of nature and the endurance of the human spirit. Chosen ones, have you ever noticed the red and white mushrooms often featured in holiday decorations? That's Amanita muscaria, also known as the fly agaric mushroom. But these mushrooms are far more than decorative. To Siberian shamans, they were sacred tools for connecting with the divine. Picture this. Deep in the snowy Siberian forests, shamans carefully gather Amanita muscaria mushrooms from the roots of pine and birch trees. These mushrooms, vibrant red with white spots, are believed to carry powerful spiritual energy. Once harvested, the shamans dry them by hanging them on branches or placing them in stockings over fires. Sound familiar? Yes, this is the origin of many of our holiday customs. These mushrooms weren't just collected for their beauty. When consumed, Amanita muscaria opens doorways to altered states of consciousness. Shamans used them to journey beyond the physical realm, accessing wisdom, guidance, and healing for their communities. They believed the mushroom spirit was a bridge to otherworldly dimensions, a mystical tool for transformation and enlightenment. The shamans would also prepare these mushrooms with extreme care. Drying them not only enhanced their potency, but also made them safer to consume. And when the shamans entered their trance states, they didn't just explore their own consciousness. They acted as guides for their people, bringing back messages from the spirit world. Imagine the responsibility of a shaman, chosen by their community, to venture into these altered realms and return with insights that could shape the survival and spiritual evolution of their people. It's awe-inspiring, isn't it? But the story doesn't end there. These mushrooms were so potent that their influence extended beyond the shamans. Entire communities would come together to honor the sacred fungi, participating in rituals that united them with nature and the divine. The Amanita muscaria wasn't just a tool for individual exploration. It was a symbol of collective awakening. Now let's talk about those magical flying reindeer. In Siberian shamanic tradition, reindeer weren't ordinary animals. They were spiritual allies. Here's where it gets fascinating. Reindeer are known to eat Amanita muscaria mushrooms. Observing their behavior, shamans noticed the reindeer would leap and bound, as if defying gravity, seemingly flying through the snowy landscape. This image of flying reindeer isn't just whimsical, it's deeply symbolic. The shamans, too, consumed the mushrooms during ceremonies, entering trances where they experienced visions of flight and cosmic journeys. Together, the shamans and their reindeer became carriers of divine messages, bridging the earthly and spiritual realms. Doesn't that sound a lot like Santa's sleigh soaring across the skies? Reindeer also served another purpose. Their urine was said to filter out some of the toxic compounds in the mushrooms, making it safer for humans to consume. This symbiotic relationship between shamans and their reindeer underscores how deeply these animals were woven into the fabric of spiritual life. And think about the setting. Vast snowy landscapes under a star-filled sky. Imagine the shaman, draped in ceremonial robes, surrounded by reindeer whose bounding leaps seem to defy gravity. It's as if nature itself collaborated with the shamans to create this mystical tableau. The reindeer's role wasn't just practical or ceremonial. It was symbolic. They represented the ability to transcend earthly limitations, to soar beyond what is known. For mystics like you, the reindeer is a reminder that the journey to higher realms is not only possible, but essential. And what about Santa Claus himself? His red and white suit, his mysterious ability to descend through chimneys, and his sack of gifts all point to shamanic origins. Imagine a Siberian shaman dressed in ceremonial robes, trimmed with fur to shield against the icy cold. They would visit homes during the solstice, carrying sacred Amanita muscaria mushrooms to share with their community. Some say Santa's journey down the chimney mirrors the shaman's practice of entering yurts through the smoke hole when snow blocked the doors, and his iconic red and white suit. It's the living embodiment of the Amanita muscaria mushroom's vibrant colors. Even the concept of leaving gifts under the tree connects back to shamans, offering these sacred fungi beneath the sacred pines. Santa's jolly demeanor and gift-giving also reflect the role of the shaman as a bringer of blessings. Just as the shaman would bring spiritual insight and healing to their people, Santa brings joy and abundance to households around the world. Think of how Santa's character has evolved, from a mystical figure rooted in nature and spiritual connection to a universal symbol of generosity and cheer. But what if Santa is more than a cheerful myth? What if his origins as a shamanic figure remind us that the season is about more than gifts and decorations? It's about connection, awakening, and sharing the light within us all. Chosen ones, look at your Christmas tree. It's not just a decoration, it's a cosmic symbol. For Siberian shamans, evergreen trees were sacred. Their towering heights and eternal green represented a connection between earth and the heavens. By decorating these trees with symbols of light, people honored their bond with the divine and celebrated the promise of life's continuity. The star atop your tree, that's the ultimate symbol of spiritual ascent, a guiding light, just like the North Star or the Star of Bethlehem. And those ornaments, they echo the Amanita muscaria mushrooms hung on branches to dry, symbolizing divine gifts and spiritual abundance. Trees were also seen as bridges between worlds. Their roots reached deep into the earth, while their branches stretched toward the sky. To decorate a tree was to honor this sacred connection and to invite blessings from both the physical and spiritual realms. Now imagine the communal act of gathering around the tree. Each ornament, each light, represents a story, a memory, or a wish. In those moments, we're not just celebrating the season, we're participating in a ritual that connects us to something timeless and universal. But how did these shamanic and pagan symbols find their way into Christmas? Early Christians, seeking to spread their faith, often adopted local customs to ease the transition. The timing of Christmas, December 25th, was likely chosen to align with Roman Saturnalia and other solstice celebrations. Over time, these ancient practices were reinterpreted through a Christian lens. Take the evergreen tree, once a pagan emblem of eternal life, now a Christian symbol of Christ's promise of salvation. Or the practice of gift-giving, which evolved from offerings made to Yule spirits and Roman deities to the story of the Magi, bringing gifts to the Christ child. The result is a rich tapestry of traditions that blend the mystical and the spiritual. For you mystics, this is an invitation to look deeper. What other traditions in your life carry hidden layers of meaning? How can you honor the wisdom of the past while walking your unique spiritual path today? You mystics carry within you the ability to see beyond the surface. When you celebrate Christmas, know that you're participating in a story much larger than any single tradition. You're honoring the cycles of light and dark, the wisdom of the ancients, and the enduring power of connection. So the next time you gather around your tree, think of the shamans who hung Amanita muscaria mushrooms on branches, believing in their power to bridge worlds. When you see Santa's red and white suit, remember the sacred colors of the holy Amanita muscaria. Let us all, dear mystics, remember that this time is originally also about transformation and spiritual awakening. And as you exchange gifts, feel the echoes of offerings made to honor life's abundance and the interconnectedness of all things. Let's explore how these traditions have evolved into the modern-day celebrations we know and love. The threads of connection are everywhere, if you know where to look. Today's Christmas markets, festive gatherings, and decorative lights are modern echoes of ancient feasts, communal fires, and symbols of hope. Think about how the tradition of gift-giving has become a central part of Christmas. It's not just about material exchanges, it's a reflection of the ancient practice of sharing blessings with others. Whether it's the shaman offering sacred mushrooms to their community, or the Magi presenting gifts to the Christ child, the act of giving has always been a way to connect, to express gratitude, and to bring joy. Even the iconic imagery of Santa Claus, now a symbol of commercial holiday cheer, retains its roots in the mystical. Santa's sleigh, pulled by reindeer, mirrors the shamanic journeys of old, while his red and white suit continues to carry the colors of the Amanita muscaria. The holiday season may have changed over centuries, but its heart, the themes of light, renewal, and connection, remains constant. Chosen ones and mystics, the time has come for you to step into your role as keepers of the ancient wisdom. This holiday season, let's go beyond surface-level celebrations. Take time to honor the deeper meanings behind the traditions. Reflect on the cycles of light and darkness in your life, just as our ancestors did. Share the stories of old with those around you, reconnecting them to the roots of the season. Gather your loved ones around the tree, and let its light be a reminder of the resilience of the human spirit. When you place a star on top, Think of the guiding lights that have inspired humanity for millennia. Whether it's the Star of Bethlehem or the North Star, leading explorers to new horizons. And as you exchange gifts, see them as symbols of the blessings we share with one another. This season is your opportunity to bridge the past and the present, to infuse the modern with the mystical, and to create new traditions that honor the wisdom of the old, while embracing the possibilities of the future. May your celebrations be filled with meaning, your gatherings with warmth, and your heart with the light of renewal. As we close this journey into the origins of Christmas, Yule, and the mystical connections they hold, I leave you with this. You are the torchbearers of ancient truths, the mystics and chosen ones who carry the light forward. Whether through reflection, storytelling, or simply embodying the spirit of generosity and connection, you have the power to transform the season into something truly magical. Happy holidays, dear friends. May this season bring you joy, wisdom, and a renewed sense of wonder. Together, let's honor the past, celebrate the present, and step boldly into the light of what's to come. Stay lit.